book nerds. My name's Megan.
I'm Deborah.
And I'm Lance. Welcome to the Middle Ground. We are we're halfway through Mystery March.
It's St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. Looking forward to St. Joseph's Day. And we are going to just talk about a couple of different mysteries the girls have been reading. I, again, have not read them, so I can ask the questions that you might ask. So we're going to start out with Megan's book by
Jesse Sutanto. I think I'm saying that right. I'm sorry if I'm butchering the name. Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers. This is a cozy mystery, which is not a genre that I usually read, but it was very cute.
Okay, I have a question. What's a cozy mystery? So
a cozy mystery is, there's a mystery, but it's not as, like, the gritty,
so it's like
really
Lost. A lost kitten?
Crime scene kind of thing. Like, yeah, there might be a dead guy, but...
It's for the people who... It's for cat ladies who like mysteries.
What?
Nothing.
So, at this one, there isn't any cats in this, actually. A lot of times, cozy mysteries will have a cat on the cover, some cat or cat lady is the crime solver, but there's no cats.
I'm not saying that the crime solver is a cat lady. I'm saying the people who enjoy reading them are...
Usually they're lower stakes, like they're not as, like, hardcore, and, like, they don't, like, go into gory details of, like, the dead body, and, like, it's not as, like, you know... I mean, suspense and, like, cops and robbers type of thing.
It's more Nancy Drew than...
Yeah.
Nancy Drew and Hardy Boys than, like, what else?
Like...
Yeah. It's not scary. They're usually just, yeah, like, this one is, a little Chinese grandma solving a murder. And she's just so adorable. Like... I would love to have her adopt me. If not for, they also describe a lot of delicious food in this book that she cooks, and I'm like, that sounds so good.
It's like 2 for 2.
It's making me hungry. But yeah, so the story is Vera Wong has a tea shop in Chinatown in San Francisco, and she lives alone. Her husband has passed, and she has one son who just does not text or, like, call, and, you know, I know, shame.
Calling your mama.
And so she's kind of lonely, but she has her routine, and she just kind of does her thing, but one day she comes downstairs, because she lives above the tea shop. She comes downstairs, and there's a dead man in her tea shop, and so she...
That's not cozy at all.
No, it's not very cozy, but she... kind of, she does call the police, but she also kind of takes her time to, like, nose around and see, like, who this guy is. She kind of, yeah, and she finds a flash drive in his hand, and she takes it.
She tampers with the crime scene?
Yeah, but she was just trying to clean up, and, like, because her, you know, there was a mess in her shop, and she didn't want them to think she's untidy, and so, yeah. So she, like, calls the cops, and she has them come over, and she brews them tea, and trying to make it such a nice crime scene. I think she even says that. Like, she says, she's very proud of her crime scene. It surely must be the most pleasant crime scene the cops have ever been to. So she's so precious. She's so cute. I love her so much. But she takes it because she feels like the cops are not very good at their job, and she's going to investigate.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Criminals, watch out.
Yes.
Grandma Wong is on the trail.
Yes. She isn't really sure what to do or how to use it. Like, she kind of tries.
She doesn't know how to use the flash drive?
She puts it in her computer and, like, calls, and, like, it needs a password or something, and she calls her son, and she's like, so hypothetically, if I were to find this at a crime scene, like, what? And he's like, Mom, what did you do? And she's like, no, I'm not that stupid. I would never do that. Like, yeah. She's so funny. I love her so much. So, like, yeah, she just seems to think that the cops are not taking this seriously. Like, they're just like, oh, it's nothing. And she's like, no, this was a murder. And they're just like, no, nah. And so she, like this quote, "Oh, honestly, it seems she must do everything herself, including find the man's killer. Though Vera admits to herself as she sips the untouched Longjing and Ginkgo tea, maybe she isn't being fair. She drinks her mind-sharpening tea every day, after all. So can she blame everyone else for not being as astute as her? Okay, perhaps the fact that she's taken something out of the dead man's clenched fist has given her a bit of an unfair advantage. But no, it's likely to be the tea."
Are we going to serve that tea?
Yeah, maybe we should. Yeah. She also has some great sounding tea.
Mind-sharpening tea.
Right. I could use that, too.
I could use it.
So yeah, she's just quite the character. She's just adorable. But yeah, she does eventually figure it out. She kind of gets on the wrong track a little bit, but she has like this list of suspects, and they are connected to the dead man. But she's like, she thinks that they, she's like, they're guilty, like, of something. Let me find the quote.
They seem suspicious.
So she ends up, though, they kind of have this little found family. Like, her suspects adore her, and, like, they get to know each other and become, like, this little group of friends, and it's really, really sweet and cute. And she gets to the point where she's like, I really don't want them to be the murderer because I really like them. I think they're a very good-hearted person. Like, and she's like, oh, but what am I doing? I can't do that. Sherlock Holmes would never do that. Like, she's Sherlock so Holmes cute.
With his sociopath.
But anyway, this one, like, this quote, "Vera can't remember the last time she had so much fun. People always say that your wedding day is the happiest day of your life, but honestly, people should try solving murders more often. Okay, well, solving is a bit of a stretch since she hasn't quite figured out who the killer is, but she's close. She can feel it. Generations of Chinese mothers have perfected the art of sniffing out guilt, and Vera can practically see waves of guilt churning out of these young people gathered before her." So, it's just such a cute book. It's adorable. I love it.
All right, so, do men read cozy mysteries?
Maybe. I don't know.
My dad does.
Yeah.
Don't know.
So do you have to be a cat lady to read cozy? So the answer is no, you don't have to be a cat lady to.
No, it's just if you don't want something that's like super intense and like heart pounding, like
if you don't want to give yourself nightmares.
Yeah,
but you still like a mystery.
Yeah, because you do still kind of are like, okay, so who did? Because you also get different viewpoints. Like it's not just Vera's. So like her other suspects, like you kind of figure out as the story goes how they're connected to the man who was killed. And they do seem a little suspicious, and they are guilty of something, but not quite what you think. And
so that's it for this short review of, the name of it again was Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers. She has lots of advice for these young people. They do not ask for it. So that's why the title is coming in. She has a lot of opinions and, likes things a certain way, but she really helps them, which is also really nice. Like, that's why they kind of become this little family that, like, she takes care of them. We'll leave a link for that to Bookshop in our comments, and be sure to like and subscribe if you like any of this content.
So until next time, we'll meet you in the middle. Ding.